Have you ever looked into her eyes and felt a storm you couldn't name, a turbulence swirling in the depths of her gaze that left you unsettled, unguarded, a sweetness that wrapped around your caution like a vine, slowly choking it away, a look that made you forget the sharpness of your own sword, the edge you've honed through years of battles unseen? Brother, this silence isn't empty. It's a warning, a whisper from the ancient forces that shaped us. This is not poetry spun from romantic dreams. It's the raw truth of existence, etched into the bones of humanity long before words were invented. Socrates didn't avoid this knowledge. He embraced it, walking into its depths with the fire of reason as his guide. What he uncovered wasn't hatred for women, but a profound truth about their nature, a legacy that still haunts the soul of man today. The men of Athens mocked him, condemned him, but he faced their ignorance with a smile, knowing that a man who sees a woman only as she appears, not as she truly functions, is like a warrior seduced by the gleam of an enemy's blade. Beautiful, yes, but fatal in its deception. Ask yourself, why does her power thrive in shadows? Why is her affection woven with strategy? Why does her silence speak louder than her words? If you don't question, you won't see. And if you don't see, you'll kneel, not in devotion, but in delusion. In the Republic, Socrates painted the just soul as balanced, ruled by reason, unswayed by appetite or impulse, a harmony where every part aligns with virtue. But what of the man who builds his life around a woman whose nature he hasn't examined? That man isn't forging a soul. He's erecting a shrine to confusion, a monument to his own blindness. Socrates spoke of the tyrant soul, driven by unchecked desires, forever thirsty, never at rest, a warning for men who let passion lead them into chains. How many men today wear the mask of reason while shackled by lust for feminine approval? How many sacrifice their mission, their values, their sovereignty to impress a woman who would vanish when the facade crumbles? Understand this, Socrates wasn't warning you of her. He was warning you of yourself. When you don't know her nature, she becomes neither enemy nor savior. She becomes the test, the crucible that reveals your weaknesses. Fail it, and you're broken beneath the weight of illusions you've woven around her. You were taught to chase beauty, to lose yourself in her form, her smile, her touch. But Socrates knew beauty is the bait, luring you into a trap where desire blinds you to essence. What matters isn't the surface. It's the intention beneath, the strategy that drives her choices. You pursue the fleeting glow, forgetting to question what it conceals. No desire haunts men more than the longing for the feminine, a mystery they don't unravel. Socrates believed the soul has three parts: reason, spirit, and appetite. The highest man lets reason command, but when appetite rules, sexual, emotional, social, he dissolves, no longer leading but following, lost in the haze of need. No force pulls men astray like this, turning kings into beggars, warriors into shadows. Socrates lived among men who misunderstood power, chasing votes, silver, applause, thinking these were the keys to dominance. But he knew power belongs to the man who cannot be deceived, especially by what he loves. That is the core. Examine your thoughts of her, your needs, your weaknesses, your longings. If unexamined, she'll see what you refuse to and use it, not with malice, but with instinct, as the river erodes the rock without hate. Women are calibrated for survival, not yours but theirs, adaptive, efficient, attuned to the present, to emotion, to security. While men bear the burden of the future, aching for legacy, vision, eternity, the feminine offers a seductive escape, trading your purpose for comfort, warmth, the illusion of peace. But your peace must come from clarity, not her compliance. She is not your anchor. She is the tide, fluid, changing, wild. You must be the mast, unyielding, guiding the ship through storms without breaking. Socrates warned that love ungoverned by reason becomes madness. Divine perhaps, but madness still. The soul, pulled by lust, crawls in circles, obsessed with its appetite. How many men live that loop, sacrificing everything for her glance, her voice, her body? Your pursuit of her will make her your prisoner, not your partner. She doesn't want to lead you. She wants to feel safe under your direction. But when you abdicate, making her emotions your compass, her approval your mirror. You become a satellite orbiting her chaos. She may keep you, but not out of desire, out of convenience. And convenience fades. The tragedy of man isn't needing her, it's not knowing why, making her a god who fails to save, blaming her for the emptiness that follows. She won't complete you, she'll test you. If her affection shatters your focus, the weakness was always yours. If her silence breaks your spirit, the silence was always in you. Socrates didn't say this to degrade her, but to awaken you. She is the gate, not the kingdom, the wind, not the sail. Build yourself on the good, and invite her to walk with you only if she aligns. That is masculine virtue, not devotion to her, but to truth. Socrates spoke of forms, ideals behind shadows. Chase her shadow, her curves, her eyes, and forget the essence, the good. No desire is more camouflage than this, wearing devotion's mask, singing like truth, dancing like destiny. But it serves survival, selection, instinct. You call it love, she calls it timing. In the symposium, Socrates learned from Diotima that love is a ladder, from one body's beauty to all beauty, to wisdom, to the divine. Most men cling to the first rung, rotting in pleasure, never climbing. They trade vision for comfort, legacy for her warmth. But the man who examines his desires, who stares down his thirst, who unmasks illusion before it seduces, he sails, not drowns. This is your path, not to hate her nature, but to master your own. She is wind, uncatchable, changeable. You are the sail, a just, endure guide. Do not rage when she shifts. Hold your course. This is sovereignty, the masculine essence, examined, enduring, aligned with the good. Let her be mystery, paradox woman. But you be man, measured, unmoved by flattery, unbroken by rejection, undistracted by glitter. That is your crown, forged in silence, in the heat of trials where no one watches. If this truth has awakened something ancient in you, a fire long buried, comment, "I choose the good." Subscribe if you're ready to become the man who doesn't chase shadows, but builds on truth, the man who outsmarts not with words, but with silence. Share this with brothers lost in illusion, because we're forging a generation that examines, endures, and rises. Who will you be when you've examined your soul? Step into that silence and let your presence speak.